everybody. So welcome to your first Little Coders class. My name is Miss Mandy, and you guys should all have your name tags. So in just a minute, I'm going to have you tell me your names too. So the first thing we have to do, this is kind of the not fun part of coding class. So we have to set the rules first. So raise your hand if you think you know of a good rule. We're going to pick 3 rules for our class, and that's it. Yes, Jason.
No talking.
No talking. Now, do you think we won't talk at all during this class?
Yeah.
Well, it's okay to do some talking, but when I'm talking, if you can raise your hand, that would be great. And that kind of takes us through the rules. We want to talk about respect. So one of them is respecting the teacher. And just like Jason said, raising your hand when you have something to say, and then we can help. The second thing is respect for the computers. Do you think we should be carrying the computers all around the classroom?
No.
No, probably not. What about picking them up and dropping them? Should we do that?
Only if it's an accident.
Yeah, maybe if it's an accident. Should you throw your computer at somebody and have them catch it?
No.
No, that would be crazy. So we want to respect the computers too. And last thing is respecting each other. So if Jason raises his hand and has something to say, then PJ, during that time, you just want to stay quiet. So respecting each other and making sure that everybody's getting along and being really nice to each other. Yes, Jason.
I have to use the bathroom.
Okay. Miss Parent Volunteer, do you mind taking Jason to the bathroom? Thank you. All right, so one more thing that has to do with respect. So everybody has a name tag. Now, I want you to carefully look at the inside without showing anybody. Okay, quickly look. All right, I'm going to do this one really fast. All right, so
Green tortoise.
On the inside of your name tag is your username and password, and that is just for you. That's not for anyone else to look at. That is just for you. Unless one of the teachers needs to help you log in, we can look at it because we won't tell anybody your username and password. But please keep track of your name tag, and you don't want to show that to any of your classes or any of your friends in the class, even though you're probably going to want to. But keep that to yourself. All right, so that gets rid of all our rules. But our number one thing that we want to do in coding class is have fun. Raise your hand if you like to have fun. Oh, I see so many hands in the air. Okay, now raise your hand if you've done coding before. All right, raise your other hand if you have done Scratch before. Okay, now raise your third hand if you're excited to be here. Oh, nobody has a third hand. All right, well, I saw some hands raised, which is really exciting, but for those that didn't raise their hand, that's still really exciting because I get to be the first one that tells you about coding. That is so exciting. So I want to talk a little bit before we get started on our coding today about what this class is going to be like. So in the Little Coders class, we want you guys to do a bunch of different activities to start to learn coding. So each week, our class will be split in half, and half the kids will work on games, half the kids will be on the computer, and I will set a timer. When the timer goes off, we will switch. So everyone will get a chance on computers, everyone will get a chance on games. I brought a couple games today to show you. So one of them is called Laser Maze. Has anyone played this one before? Raise your hand. All right, well, I'm gonna let one person test the laser. So Jason, can you hold out your hand? Are you pretty tough? Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
You ready? Oh, did it hurt?
No.
No, the laser doesn't hurt, but it is really fun to play with. All right, and then one of the other games I brought today is called Code Monkey Island. Has anyone played that one before? Ooh, PJ's played it. So that's great, PJ. When you're in the group that plays Code Monkey Island, maybe you can help explain the rules to everybody because I bet you know them.
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and get you divided up, and half of you will go with Mr. Joe, our co-instructor, and half of you will stay with me to start playing your games.
How will you divide the class of kids?
I divide them ahead of time, so I look at the roster and I tend to put, if we have returning students, because they'll be on a higher level code.org game. So I'll usually get it set up so that the students that are returning are on computers first. I get all the computers set up, get all of them in the right spot, and then I actually put the name tag for them on top of the computer like this and close it. Okay. So that way their name is right on it. And then the new kids or more beginner kids, they're in the second group. So that way we can quickly transition for that first group, and then the second group may need a little bit more help.
Okay, gotcha. And then do you find like if something is happening in the class, do you stop the whole class? Like there's something, someone's playing with something they shouldn't be, or what's your approach?
Normally there's two instructors, so one will kind of stop the group that's on computers if something's going on, and if I'm on games, I will stop the entire group on games. So that first day, we may only get to one game and have kind of the whole group play it. I will often play Code Monkey Island and do teams of 2 and have each student take a monkey, and then they're all kind of moving at the same time. So that way they're kind of learning and not having to sit patiently and wait for everyone to take their turn.
Okay, so you don't do 2 games at once?
It depends on the kids. In the fall, I would say definitely not, because there's a lot of kids that are brand new to school. And if you try and leave one group of kids without someone watching them and one with, it's total chaos.
So you just do one game for 15
yeah,
minutes
so
and another game
yep,
for 15
exactly.
The whole group. Okay.
Yep.
And what else do you need to kind of like make sure you're watching out for with these new kids that you're seeing for the first time?
For me, especially when they're on the computers, I'm just kind of seeing how they're reacting to the computers, because kids learn on tablets now, so all of them start touching the screen immediately. So I will often watch to see if they know how to use a mouse, if they are comfortable with the touchpad or if they're not comfortable at all. If they try and figure it out, or some kids will just say, I don't get it, and stop. So I'm kind of looking for all that behavior and not necessarily assessing them, but just kind of keeping an eye on what they know and what they don't know, because that will help going into the second class and to know how to group people together a little bit better.
Okay, great. Thanks, Mandy.
Sure.